Hey everybody, hey, we're back out here in the shop right now. So what I did is I built a barrel of rehydrate for some dry fox skins that I have here in the shop. So these are the fox skins here. These are all Iowa foxes. And what I'm going to do is, I didn't show how to build the rehydrate. I have in other videos before on another channel, but anyway. So basically, rehydrate, what it is it's some of them. I use McKinsey Relaxer degreaser, and I raise the salt up to about 35-38% salt, and then just water. So salt, water, relaxer. So these fox right here yesterday were dried foxes. They were stiff as a board. Got them all slid in here. This is, I put 25, I believe there's 25 gallons of water in here. And then I put the salt in. So what we're going to do now, what I'm in the process of doing, some people what they do is they'll take their rehydrate, they'll dump it out, they'll start fresh, and they'll start to put, they'll refill it with water, refill it with salt, and then they'll turn around and then they'll build their acid and stuff. What I do here, I don't do all that. What I do is I just go ahead and take the relaxing solution here with the fox, and I raise the salt up in it to around 42 to 45%, and then I go ahead and I add my acid into the barrel, and once I add that into the barrel, we are good to go, and it flips it from a rehydrating solution to an acid solution. Because of this rehydrating solution that I use, it can be used directly in with the pickle to actually degrease skins as well. So to me, there's no sense in, if it can mix with the pickle, it says it right on there, to drain out this entire barrel just to not have the rehydrate in there. So I don't know. I mean, like I said, some will, I don't, because like I said, it literally says right on there you can add it to it. So that's what I'm going to do, or that's what I have always done. So there's about a dozen fox in this barrel, and there should be a muskrat in here. There he is. Here's a muskrat. You see there, he was dried last spring. He's from last season. All right, I don't feel anything else. These gloves, they're just Harbor Freight sandblasting gloves. If anybody is interested, I mean, if y'all see what I'm using and stuff and wonder where it's from or what it does, so I just try to use those sometimes when I'm doing this kind of thing like this, so that way I don't use up so many of my blue gloves. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put in 3 pounds of pickle. Here I use citric acid. And I know some people say, well, you know, you should use 25 ounces because you got 25 gallons of water. I mix my citric just a little bit stronger in there, because what happens is if I don't, then the pH, sometimes it's just up and down for the next several days. And then because it's just up and down all the time, I don't feel like I'm getting the quality. I'm getting enough quality out of it, because it's just bouncing all over the place. It's just not, in my opinion, it's just not stable enough for me. So now I will add just a little extra citric, or you can add safety pickle or whatever to it, just to be able to get to that, just to be able to make sure it's not bouncing all over the place on you like that. a lot of times what causes it to bounce too is if you have too much meat or fat on the animal when you add it in, it'll bounce like that as well. So now we got our citric in there. So, and we know it's the proper amount because we weighed it. What we don't know is we're sitting at our salt. So we're gonna add more salt in there. We're gonna try to get it up to, like I said, 42, 45 mark on there. A couple of scoops. We're gonna stir it up, see where we're at. As I mentioned before, if you use PVC to stir, make sure you got your hand over the end. And if you don't, sometimes that stuff will come right up in your face. So I got one of these from McKinsey here. It's a salometer. So it's going to tell me how much salt is dissolved in the water. There it is. We're closer to a 50 than we are a 45. So what we're going to do is we're going to back that back down a little bit. I'm going to run a little water. Put it in there, get another little stirred up. We're going to bring that salinity back down. And like I said, with the extra citric in there, we won't have to worry about adding more citric at this point because we know we already have plenty in there. We just need to bring that salt back down just a hair. I got my dogs running around in here. I don't know if you can see them or not. This is their second year we've taken them hunting. The first year, last year, they was puppies. This year, they're full grown, but they had never really had any training. The one dog, he ran around a day. And he didn't know really what he was looking for, but he was looking up and he spotted a squirrel, and I was pretty proud of him today, spotting his first squirrel and getting us onto it with no training at all. So that was a really nice, fun day today. All right, we got her back down. We got it back down through a little bit of water in there. It's really close. We're not right on the mark, but we're really, really close. So now what I'll do, we'll throw this muskrat back in. We'll get these fox back in, hair side out, because now we have acid and our salt's raised up, and now our relaxer degreaser is going to go ahead and degrease our hides as they are tanning in the pickle solution. So I'm going to put them back in hair side out, which is what they normally were dried, is hair side out on fox. And then tomorrow, what I'm going to do then is I'll come back through this barrel, and I'll flip all of them. I'll flip them all inside out. So we'll have them all flip back out the other way. So they're all in there like that. But we want to give them a good 24 hours soaking with the fur side out first, because usually the outside where the fur is where the bacteria will be at the most, where you can get the slippage. So we're going to just feed all these fox back in. Get them all back in there, and I'll stir them up a little bit, get that done, and then we're going to call this barrel good for tonight. You go to dump stuff in there like this, or like salt and things, watch your eyes. I've thrown stuff in the barrels before. I've gotten this acid out of these barrels in my mouth, in my eyes, on my face. It tastes sour, salty, and like wet dog or whatever animal you got in there, coyote, fox, things like that. It is not something good to be tasting on. So, all right, there we go. Got them in there. Like I said, tomorrow we'll flip them leather side out and everything. We're just let them rest up until then. They'll be in there for another 3 days. Yep. Be in there another 3 days pickling up, and then we'll be ready to start shaving them and cleaning them up.